stop right here. The plant right here.
How come you don't sweat?
I'm not of y'all's people.
I'm pouring sweat. I've worked around you for what? 3 years now?
Almost 3 years, yeah.
3 years I've been around you and I've not seen you sweat once. Not one time.
That's because you're doing all the work, Chris.
I delegate.
No, it ain't that.
It's just hot out here. He should have seen me.
He'll overheat. He'll be
Yeah.
like, gosh,
He
but he
should've-
won't sweat.
He should have saw me yesterday coming out of that house.
Your body ain't functioning right. I don't know. Something weird about you. Right there. The Evangelines are the way to go.
We got it.
Hold it up, Papa. How
many?
many's on that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect.
Perfect.
I mean, it's perfect. They're spaced perfect with one right in the middle.
They just have such a good uniform. Unlike
This is what we'll be.
Saving some to plant next year?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I'm having to take a deep breath here. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. We're out in the potato patch, trying to dig some potatoes. I'm trying to get a feel for what's left in this field here. And what I did was, I took 4 rows right here where we're at, and I came 21 foot. And out of each one of these rows, I wanted to see if they were consistent going across here. Each one of them consistently gave me a little over a 5-gallon bucket full of potatoes. So this morning, in an hour and a half, we've dug 5 5-gallon bucketfuls if you was to put them all in 5-gallon buckets. We got 4 that's rounded up. And I threw away, just out of this, probably half a 5-gallon bucket full that was rotten. And the ones that were eat off by the rats, we just moved down about half an inch or so and cut them off. And somebody in the comments the other day said, please tell us how you keep from ending up with a bubonic plague from eating potatoes that the rats have chewed on. Well, the bubonic plague came from rats. Yes, they did, but the bubonic plague actually was transmitted through fleas, not rats. The fleas got on the rats, and the rats transmitted it, I guess is how I should say it. But I'm not worried about the bubonic plague with my sweet potatoes. That's the furthest thing from my mind. We're cutting off way down below it, throwing it away. And if we take into consideration what we've already cut off and thrown away and has rotted up to this point, probably 2 5-gallon bucketfuls
This morning.
Yeah.
And if the whole field, what we've done, we've probably thrown away 5 5-gallon buckets.
At least 5 5-gallon bucketfuls already that's been rotten and has been eat off by rats. Now some of them we find that's eat with the rats is nothing but a hull. And a lot of people go, no, it's voles. We don't have voles in the south, down here where we're at. We know it's rats because every so often when I'm digging and pulling the vines out, I'll pull up a rat nest underground because it'll be wound up in hay and stuff. You'll see the rat nest underground. So they're living underground. And the Beauregards here, now we didn't get to plow and take care of none of these. We plowed these one time and fertilized them. But guys, I want you to look at the weeds in these things. Now, these did not start off very aggressive. Now this is, some people call it pigweed. It's a form of amaranth. This stuff is in here everywhere. Here's one here. Another one right here. I mean, that stuff. Another one right here. Now this is kind of don't have thorns on it. Let me say that.
But look at the weeds.
Look, I mean, it's all just weeds everywhere because these potatoes were not aggressive, you know. But these potatoes are not aggressive. They don't just take off and like take over real quick. Now there's crabgrass in here like crazy. You know, right here, I could just reach down in here and I could pull up. This is just all crabgrass in here. So they're having to compete with that. But now I want you to look at the purple passion over here. We knew when we got the purple ones, because we've grown purple potatoes in the past. They're extremely aggressive. And we've done absolutely nothing to them, just like we did to the ones over here, but there is no grass in the purple right through here. Look at this.
It's amazing.
The purple is so aggressive, they cover up everything.
The bunching's the same way.
Yes, the bunching one's done the same exact thing. Now our peanuts, they took the peanuts over. I said I would never plant peanuts next to sweet potatoes again, and I messed around and did it this year. Because I ran out of room to plant, and they've already taken the peanuts over. So, it is what it is now. But, if we're averaging 5-gallon bucket every 21 foot, what I've got to do is figure out how many more 21s I have down through here. And I can estimate about how many potatoes we have left in this field if we don't lose any more. Because this afternoon, this is the 12th of August. This afternoon and tomorrow, we're supposed to have a tropical system moving in here on us that is supposed to be just dumping rain. And all that's going to do is amplify the situation we have here, which means we're going to lose a lot more probably. And someone asked the question, well, not someone, many have asked this question: what in the world do y'all do with all this food? You know? And guys, it's not as much as you think. Wanda and I, especially me, I eat sweet potatoes every day of my life. Okay? When I say eat, I mean I eat sweet potatoes every day of my life. And it takes more than you think over a period of a year, because we don't go to the grocery store to buy our food. Now, we get a little bit of stuff from Azure Standard, some things that we can't get here safely, like oatmeal or maybe sugar. I mean, we can't get safe sugar here because it's all cane sugar that's genetically modified, or sugar beets or whatever, and it's all genetically modified. So, Wanda and I have decided what we're going to do is we're going to sit down. Now, we've done this on Deep South, but nobody seems to go back and ever look at older videos. So we're going to redo this for y'all. We're going to sit down and we're going to show about how much it takes to eat for a year for us, for two people, here at Deep South, Pecan Grove. Because we not only eat sweet potatoes every day, we eat our regular red Lesotho potatoes every day. And if you stop and think about it, we make sweet potato fries, sweet potato desserts, sweet potato cornbread, baked sweet potatoes. Guys, just Wanda makes so many things with sweet potatoes. Same thing with the regular red potatoes, like it was in Ireland. They were a food staple. Well, they're a food staple for us. I mean, you can make French fries out of them. You can make, cut them in half and put them in roasts. You can make mashed potatoes. You just go on and on with them. They're kind of like ground beef. I mean, you can do casseroles, tater tots, latkes. You know, I can just go on and on and on. Hash browns, different things like that for breakfast. I mean, guys, they're so versatile. Most people don't think about just how many potatoes you eat a year. When it comes, it's like ground beef. We butcher 2 of these calves every year, and by the end of the year, we've done eat 2 calves, plus 2 pigs, And it's just 2 of us. And 2 deer. I mean, we actually I make tons and tons and tons of bacon out of deer and pigs and stuff like that. We eat bacon for every morning of our life. I mean, unless we just forget to get a pack out of the freezer one morning and have it thawed out, which that happens quite often. But guys, people don't stop to think about just how much you eat in a year. And it's mind-boggling when you stop to sit down and think about just how much food a person actually consumes in a year. And Wanda and I don't eat as much as other people eat. I mean, we've sit down and watched other people when we sitting in groups round up a plate and just, I'm sitting there going, are you going to eat all that? You know, I mean, and I just put a little bit on my plate, and they've already ate that big old giant plate before I even eat a little bit on mine. And I'm like, do y'all even chew? I mean, I observe these things. But let's walk over here and look at some of the sweet potatoes that we dug. Okay, we were kind of lucky this morning that the ground's been kind of dry. It hadn't rained in like 2 days. And, well, I can't say that. It rained yesterday. I mean, day before yesterday. It did rain yesterday. It was 2 days. Been 2 days. And the potatoes is actually, the dirt's not sticking to them too bad. So that's a good thing. But we kind of divide our potatoes out when we store them. Like when Wanda gets ready to can, she likes to can these old potatoes like this here. It's got a chunk knocked out of them, crooked. Big old thing. We got some of them in here that make this look little. I don't even know where they are. They down in there.
Maybe that one right there.
There's some of them down in there that...
No. But these are the ones. But there's some that
There's some that makes these look tiny.
I don't know which bucket it's in.
Down in there. But I have noticed when you see these little places like that where the fire ants, they want to start on it, But then she has these like this right here that she saves out. That's really nice. These are her baking potatoes that she uses. And she'll keep them, we'll separate them out. And then she'll have some, let's say like these right here. These she makes sweet potato fries out of. We try to, and then stuff like this right here, all this stuff here, this all just, this kind of stuff goes to the cows, to feed the cows or rabbits and stuff like that. So, and then like here's one here that's been eaten off by the rats. I'll just show you what we do right now, because a lot of people ask. And they will heal over, because I've had some for a week. If they're a good potato, they'll heal over, and they're under the right conditions. You want them to be about 80% humidity, and you want them to be about 80 degrees for about 2 weeks to cure. But I'll just come in here with my knife, and I cut that off like that, and it'll heal right over. Now we set these out to the side separate from the others, just in case one of them don't have enough tar in it to heal over and it starts to rot. We'll be able to find it and get it out. And these are the ones I used first. I just made fries out of a bunch of those last night. Yeah, we give some away. When people come along and they don't have any sweet potatoes, I'll ask them, I say, do you mind, where we've already cut the ends off of them? And most people will say like, no, I don't mind, because you're going to be just giving them potatoes anyway. And I'll come in here and, like this one, the tractor hit this one. And I'll come in here and... That one will be one of the first ones we use. I'll just cut it off like that and let it heal over. And, here's another one here. The tractor broke off like this one here. Now these were real brittle. That's the one thing we're noticing this year about the potatoes is just how brittle they are. And you may hear it on the camera. My knife cutting it is really, they have to cure, because I tried cooking some and they will not cook as brittle as they are. They just won't get tender. They will not get tender. We like trying to bake them where you leave them in the hull with what we kind of call it, like these right here. If you don't let them cook a cure for 2 weeks at 80 degrees, and you go to bake that thing, the skin just sticks to the potato. And it's hard. The inside turns hard. I mean, I was shocked how bad it was. Yeah, you can't do anything with them like that. But these are really nice potatoes. The perfect baking potato, really. And guys, remember, all of these except a very few right there that was ours, like 63 plants on one row, and I think 28 on the other row. All the other 1,000 plants out here came from Mr. George's at taterman.com, and this is his taters. I mean, you.
And some of them,
and they're not even 100. This is not even 125 days.
No.
We're up to probably getting close to 100 days.
Around 100, I would say.
My daddy, when I was a kid, we would leave the sweet potatoes in the field till frost killed the vines and have no problems. My daddy grew potatoes that long. He liked the Nancy Halls. He did the white ones. Them things would be 2 foot long and that big around. Nothing ever fooled with the potatoes. And today, if I was to leave these here till it frosted,
we wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have nothing. They'd rot, and the rats would eat the rest of them. And
we've never had a rat problem like we have this year.
No, this year has been the absolute worst year for rats we've ever had in our life. Now, could it be that I have fields out here that I let grow up really deep to cut for hay? Because when I go to cut hay out here, I see rats going everywhere, you know, and it could be the fact that I have the hay fields over here, which we used to didn't have here. We used to keep it bush hogged all the time when we first bought.
And everything.
And mowed and everything like that, kept it clean. The hills all look pretty and green all the time. This year has rained so much that I have not been able to cut the hay. I have not had the first cutting of hay off of that field yet, and it's like 3 feet deep.
No, you did one cut.
Well, I cut the winter hay off of it. I cut the ryegrass, but I have not cut a summer cutting off of it yet. And I should have done cut it and been ready to cut it again. But we can't get 3 days without rain. Now, in the deep south, that is unheard of.
Now, we get 3 days, but they predict rain every day. And so if you look at the radar, you're going, there's 3 days.
There's rain all around us. I mean, it's just raining all around us.
It misses us by...
And it may miss us by 1/4 of a mile up the road right here, but if I cut my hay, I'm liable to, lose it. So I can't take the chance. Plus, the humidity is like this morning. You look overcast, it is fixed to be 8 o'clock. The sun is not even shown yet, which is a beautiful morning. And it's overcast, it's foggy, because the rain is fixing to start moving in here from the tropical system. And it's actually a pleasant morning out here.
Yeah, you got to go do okra, and I got to go do scuppernongs.
You got to pick the scuppernongs. I got to go cut the okra because it's pretty dry, and I don't want to lose it to this rain coming in, wet it all, and it starts sprouting and things. So I'm going to go through there. This time I'll probably be a little bit more, take a little bit more of it out than I normally do. If it shows any hint of turning brown, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it and put it on the drying rack to dry, because I feel like, it's okay because it's already matured. I just don't want to lose it for 2 days of heavy rain. So let me get going and let Ms. Wanda get going and get her picking done. And guys, we are so blessed by the Lord above to be able to have what we have. And I want to take time to thank Him for that. And before I get out of here, guys, this is the reason we plant as much as we plant. If I'd have just planted this little section right here, a 21 by 20, basically is what it looks like. If that's all I had planted this year for sweet potatoes, we would be in trouble, because the rats got a bunch of them and a lot of them rotted. So that's why we plant all that we plant. And like the okra, I planted 200-foot row of okra. Because that's a 300 foot from there to down yonder, 300 feet, and there's 100 foot left from there. So it's 200 feet of okra. We picked and canned and put in the freezer and everything, so we're stocked up on okra now. And we ate fresh daily off of it. So I let the rest of it go to seeds so I can bless you guys. I have the room to do it. And it's one of the best years of okra I've ever had in my life. So why not let it dry and be able to bless others with the seeds from it. And the Jimmy Red, we've already picked all the Jimmy Red. It's completely dry. I've done shelled off all my seeds for planting for Jimmy Red. I've started my bucket of chicken feed to be ground up off of the Jimmy Red. I haven't took off everything off the cobs yet. I'm saving the cobs to run through the hammer mill with other feed. I've already took all my sweet corn seeds off. I have them in the freezer. What'll be left will be sweet corn. We're going to test to see if it makes decent cornmeal or not, or if it's too soft. You know what I mean? You won't know till you try, you know? So we're going to try all that, and we're going to try to take you guys along. I got to get over here and clean out some of these peanuts on the end right here. Got to get that done while it's cool this morning. And then I have tons of other things to do the rest of the day if it don't rain. You know, I'm just trying to beat the rain, guys. Thank you, guys, from Pecan Grove.